Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another round of the UDL IndyCar Series. This is round 3 of the 2020 UDL IndyCar Series. We're in the fastest beach party round in the beautiful Long Beach, California for the Grand Prix of Long Beach. And of course, it's one of the most famous racetracks in all of the IndyCar calendar. So to give you I'm going to give you a little bit of a catch-up in terms of, in case you did not watch the race at COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, was the last race. The winner of that race was Cone Dodger, and Warrior got second, and Cone's teammate Intersport got third, so it was a Penske 1-3, so the best result that Penske has had so far. Pecan got fourth, and then Driver in fifth, and then Snipper Big got sixth, and then Korab seventh, Drive the Guard in 8th, and the Hefe 9th, and then Daniel was the only one that did not finish the race. And we also are missing a couple drivers. So I think we're missing Dylan. He's not available today. Same story with Korab. Laser Runner, who was supposed to be racing the first two races, is still not available, and no Dale as well. He is still MIA at the moment for the time. But anyway, looks like qualifying is underway. Of course, if you remember the format from last week, it will go by the groups. So the drivers that finished in the evens will go first, and the drivers that finished in the odd positions will go last. Now, of course, Long Beach is, like I said, one of the most iconic tracks in the IndyCar calendar. It's a 1.9 mile street circuit with 11 corners, 4 to the left and 7 to the right. Now it's more like a technical street circuit, but it's probably, I would say it's like much wider than, like, let's say Monaco, for example. But it's almost the same length as Monaco. So let's run along with Snipper Big in the Verizon Penske Chevrolet. Never mind, he goes in the pits. I take that back. Okay, let me see if I can find someone else. We'll ride well and drive the guard. So he already got by turn 1. Now, a little bit of clip the wall there around the iconic fountain in turn 2. Now to turn 3 and 4. A little bit of a right kink there into turn 4. Make sure you don't want to hit the curve. It could lead you going to the tire barrier there. Now going into turn 5. It's a little bit of a hard braking zone there, and of course you want to run as much width of the track as possible. Into turn 6 we go. Got a little bit of a nice little exit there. Just go a little bit more of an outward exit. Now we go into turn 7. It's just more of a corner, just a lift. Then we go into turns 9 and 10, and then finally into the hairpin of turn 11, as you do not want to do that into the hairpin. Going very wide, but that's a little bit of the lap. Turn 1 is just basically going through you just go to a long straight before you go into turn 1, which is just basically the corner that's coming up right about now. So the groups that are out right now is Drive the Guard, Snipper Pig, Daniel, Trigger Happy, who was absent last week, but he is racing today in the preferred Chevrolet, and then I got a Big Rig who did miss out, is racing today in the Pytrex Chevrolet for today. As we got times already on the board, Daniel has a 108.2 to start off, and Drive the Guard has a 108.8. The times that are projected to be probably somewhere in the mid 1 minutes is what we are probably going to be looking at. As I hope they give me a better camera angle than that. Alright, so Snipper Pig, I think this might be his out lap if I'm correct. Oh, let me get you the map as well. I forgot to do that. And the speedometer, of course. Yeah, Snipper Pig, 146. Yeah, that's just an out lap at the moment. So let's just see if we can find someone that's maybe not doing a lap. Okay, or not doing out lap. Drive the Guard has a 1:07, so improved his time, and I think the next one will be. Is that Trigger Happy? Yeah, I think it was Trigger Happy, but I think he was doing an out lap. So So Daniel improves his time by nearly 7 tenths, goes 1 minute 7.5. So not a bad time. And of course, the first group will go the first 10 minutes, and then the last group will go the last 10 minutes of the qualifying session. So Big Rig's the next one to cross. I think this might be his out lap, so I think the next one to actually do a hot lap will be Snipper Pig, as he's right behind him. As Big Rig 1:10.6, Snipper pole position with a 1:6.7. A good solid time. That puts him nearly a second up from Drive the Guard. A good time there from the Penske Chevrolet. And the next one to be is Trigger Happy. I think this might be his out lap because he hasn't set a time just quite yet. And following suit, oh, Daniel, it looked like that was, looks like he hit the wall. So that's not going to be improvement. Did he suffer any damage? No, he did not. He did improve his time slightly, but not by much. Only gained it by at least 52 1/1000ths. So he remains third fastest, but it looks like Drive the Guard, I think, improved this down a little bit. He is currently nearly half a second off from Snipper Pig at the moment. And I think this will be the next lap for Snipper Pig as he's coming towards the hairpin now, towards turn 11. And can he improve the 1:06.7? Right now it's the time that he has set for, and no. He was 3 seconds off. He must have messed up quite a bit. And speaking of that, Drive the Guard looks like he might have... Oh, wait. Oh, he's coming into the pits. I wasn't sure exactly where he was. Alright, so Trigger Happy is the next one to cross. So right now he's set at 1:12.1. Time to beat 1:06.7. Let's see what he can do in the preferred Chevrolet. Of course, this is all Chevrolet grid. No Hondas to be seen for today, as he does not improve his time at all, so he'll have to settle being 5th fastest for now. And I don't think Big Rig improved his time at all either, so he'll have to remain 4th fastest. Fastest for now. Daniel's the next one to cross. Oh, he did the same mistake again on the last lap. Goes on the wall at the hairpin. He might have to adjust a little bit of his steering ratio because he has a lot of understeer going to the hairpin, as he does not improve his time at all. Snipper Pig has gone faster with a 1:06.1, so he's over a second faster than Drive the Guard. He was close though to get into the 1:05s at the moment, but so far he is looking pretty solid so far in that Verizon car. As I say that, he goes and spins into turn 3. Oh dear. Alright, here comes Trigger Happy. Can he improve that 1:12.1? He does improve that 1:12.1. It goes into a 1:11.4, but not enough to gain a position. And here comes Big Rig. Does not improve his time. He'll have to remain 4th at the moment. But he's got 2 minutes left to improve his time. And here comes Drive the Guard. One of the Chip Ganassi cars coming towards the line now, as he's actually the only lonesome Chip Ganassi in this group, as he's done an out lap right now, so this will be his last lap. See if he can try to get pole position in that NTT Chevrolet. Snipper Pig goes in the pits. I think that might be the end of his qualifying session. So right now, Snipper Pig currently on pole position out of the guys on the first group. So, but can Daniel change that? In one of the Ed Carpenter machines. And I think we got Trigger Happy behind him as well. It does not look like he improved his time, I don't think. So Trigger Happy does go slightly faster, but still not enough to gain a position. So he'll have to remain 5th. But he's got 1 more minute to get at least a good lap on the board. Drive the Guard was way down, so he might have to do another lap. But he's got It looks like he'll have enough time to at least get to the line and do another one. But he'll have to get that done quickly, as we'll follow along with Big Rig. Wow, he is way down. There must have been a lot of mistakes or something with Guard and Big Rig. Interesting. Oh yeah, and also to remind you all that tomorrow is also the very first start of the Season 3 of the UDL F1 Series, as it will be held in Melbourne, Australia. Of course, the circuit that's hosted the opening round of the F1 for the last 25 years. So that will be tomorrow. It will be, I think, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern Time. And of course, it'll be right here on the UDL F1 channel. As the first group's qualifying is over. Oh, yeah, that's not an improvement at all, as Daniel clipped the tire barrier on his left rear side of the car. I think that might be his qualifying over. Yep, there. So he has to abort his lap. But Big Rig is still on the lap out of the group, so he has to get at least a 106.1 to be on pole. Or if he wants to get in top 3, he has to be a 107.2. And down to the hairpin. Does he improve the time? He has a 110.6. Can he at least beat that? And the answer is no. He'll have to remain 4th. So that is the end of the qualifying for the first group, with Snipperpig currently as your pole sitter. Oh, I'm sorry. If I'm going to backtrack. I did say there were no Hondas in the grid. I forgot about Hefe. I'm sorry about that. And the Doom Honda car. The only Honda car as well. So anyways, the next group is Hefe, Warrior, Intersport, STS Cone Dodger, and Pecan. And of course, big race for Warrior as well, as he is a local native of Long Beach. So obviously this is his home race. So this would be a big moment if he could get at least a race win for himself in his home state as well. And also to remind you all, I'm also from California as well. I'm not from Long Beach, but I am from Southern California. So me and Warrior are pretty much local natives. So it's pretty cool to actually get to do the race in Long Beach as well. I wish they would have done it in real life though, but we all know why. They couldn't do it for this year's IndyCar. But anyways, IndyCar race. But yeah. So everyone's on their laps at the moment. And of course, Cone Dodger was last week's winner. He had a great race last week. Won by 15 seconds in the last race. He's proven to at least have good race pace when it comes to racing in circuits, or in most of the cases, from what I have been seeing. It proved it in the Bugatti circuit, which was the preseason race, and of course he did show it at Coda as well. So I'm expecting quite a good race from him in today's race. Warrior did follow suit as well with a 106.3. He's third at the moment. Intersport did a 108.1, and Pecan and Hefe have yet to do their laps, and I think Hefe will be the next one to cross. And of course, the big thing too about the pit strategy as well is how are the tires going to hold up, especially if you're on the primaries, because I feel like these cars are going to be struggling in terms of tire temperature. So that's going to be a big thing to keep an eye on throughout that entire race. And of course, there's not very much room to overtake as well, but it's not like Monaco, but it's still a street circuit that does not provide a lot of overtaking opportunities. So Pecan says he hasn't done a lap yet. Interesting. Even though I saw him doing that lap. But anyway, I got a little bit distracted from that, as Cone Dodger is on pole position with a 105.9. So he is the first one to crack the 105s and get ahead of his teammate Snipperpig. So right now, Penske is at 1-2 at the moment. Meanwhile, we'll follow along with Hefe, as he is the next one to be closest to the line, at least. And then I think the next one after that will be Pecan, or actually no, I think it'll be Warrior. Warrior will be the next one after Hefe. So Hefe around the hairpin. It said he was 2 seconds up, and of course, if he gets up by 2 seconds, this could bump down Trigger Happy as he comes across, and it's not enough. He is just 2/10 off from Trigger Happy. But here comes Pecan, as he will come across and do a 1:08.0. So he is in 6th right now. And here comes the Long Beach native in the Target Chevrolet of SSJ the Warrior in the Chip Ganassi Chevrolet. Does not improve his time. He'll have to stay in 3rd at the moment. But he's got 5 minutes left to at least get pole position. Pole position right now, the target is 1:05.9, set by XTX Cone Dodger. As I'll go ahead and read the comments for you guys just real quickly. Korab, who was the guy that is missing today, says, let's see if Snipper can replicate his F1 performances. The thing is, it's different, obviously, than doing F1, that's for sure. Especially with these cars, especially that, obviously, they don't have DRS as well, or any of the technologies like you see in F1. Spazzer, let's go Hefe. Dylan, a big friend of Pecan, obviously cheering him on. Very cool to see that. And yeah, also the track is very challenging. It's like any other street circuit mostly. It is a very, very tough circuit. I would agree. And then Mr. Damage saying, come on, Jeff, you're better than this. As right now, Jeff is, or I should say Intersport, because that is also, that basically is Jeff, is currently 7th right now with a 1:08.1. And now here comes Cone Dodger. Will he improve his time more? That answer is no. It must have been an outlap, so we'll wait on that. There's 3 minutes left, and Cone Dodger right now is your pole sitter, with Snipper in 2nd and Warrior in 3rd, and Daniel in 4th, and Drive the Guard in 5th. So Pecan also improved his time, but apparently wasn't enough to gain a position. Actually, no, I think he did get enough to gain a position. He got ahead of Intersport. Here he comes. Does improve his time by half a second, but not enough to get by Drive the Guard, so he'll have to remain 6th. Let's see. Who is the next one? Alright, we'll follow Cone again. 2.5 minutes left in the qualifying session. Here he comes around the final couple of corners. Into the hairpin we go, and let's see if he can bump up that 1:05.9 as he comes across. And there's Intersport following up behind him. He improves his time by 65/1000 of a second, 1:05.917. And Intersport did, well, that was an outlap. So he has 2 minutes left to at least get up in the top 5, but right now he's still sitting at a 1:08.1. And here comes Pecan, the next one to cross, and the time is 2 seconds off, so he is not yet close, but he's got 1:40 to go. Still got plenty of time to do a lap of qualifying, and Warrior was on an out lap, so we'll see what he does once he comes around for his hot lap. Oh dear, what's going on with Intersport? Apparently he clipped the wall and he was missing his front wing somehow. So Cone Dodger is coming back across the line and does not improve. And he remains 1st for now with the 1:05.9. However, Warrior is up for this time, though, but it doesn't look like it's enough to gain ahead of Snipper Pig. Because currently Snipper has a 106. Oh, that's not going to improve your time at all there. He went loose there in turn 7. Yeah, that's going to cost him dearly. And here he comes. Coming to the straight. I think this will not even improve his time. Oh, it does improve his time. Wow. Okay. 105.9. So that did bump down Snipper Pig. It didn't look like it to me because he just went loose at the end of the corner. But, yeah. But he's got one more lap to do it. 15 seconds left until the clock expires. Pecan has got one more lap to do until the clock expires. As most everyone that was in the second group is in the pits. And Cone Dodger, on his last lap, goes even faster with a 105.8. So he improves it by nearly half a tenth ahead of SSJZ Warrior. But Warrior, let's see if he can actually bump it down. He is way down from his time, though. Down by 3.5 tenths. Oh, he made the same mistake again, too. Went a little bit squirrely there out of that corner. Into the hairpin. Oh, he might have clipped the wall just a little bit there. I think this is going to really cost us time. We'll see what the time will be. He did not have enough. So he'll have to remain second. But Cone Dodger is your pole sitter for the race. So Cone in first with a 105.8. A very impressive qualifying session from the Penske driver. Almost the same results as last week's race, except it was basically Intersport being in third place, as Cone is parked in the... Oh, he was parked for a minute. But anyways, that is your qualifying session. Cone Dodger is your pole sitter, and the Long Beach native of SSJZ Warrior is in second. Snipper Pig is in third. So the Penskes have made it a 1-3, and then Daniel in the Ed Carpenter preferred Chevrolet is in fourth, along with Drive the Guard in fifth. Pecan in the Gallagher Chip Ganassi Chevrolet is in sixth. Intersport is in seventh in the Menard Chevrolet, and then in the preferred Chevrolet is Got a Big Rig, and then followed suit is Hefe and oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What has happened there? Warrior just lost his rear wing completely somehow. Are we gonna have to do another lobby? And a car just disappeared. Okay, yep, it looks like we're going to have to... Oh dear, oh dear. What has happened? Oh. Okay. Oh, that's carnage. Oh, it's like Daytona all over again. And Big Rig's car is upside down, and oh, Daniel helped him out, I think. Oh, no, he did not help him out. And we could just do this instead, just watch Demolition Derby as someone has driven off into the distance, and that would be Snipper Pig. Oh my goodness. And Intersport just went like 100 feet in the air. Okay. Apologies for that. I did not expect that little glitch to happen. So it looks like we're going to have to do a new lobby, as I did get an invite for that. Yeah, it's like Daytona all over again, almost. Okay. But yeah, once again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Wow. Alright, so now I gotta be in the race director. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's up with PC2 with that stuff. That was interesting. Alright. But yeah, I know Cone Dodger is your pole sitter. Warrior was in second, and then Snipper was third. So that is your top three. And of course, also, if you want to know how many laps it will be, it is 49 laps around Long Beach. I'll go through the comments real quickly, I guess. Tommy Fish, who won? I don't know. I don't know who to give that to. I mean, I know Snipper was ahead while the whole glitch was happening. Pretty much the whole race was over. Yeah, I probably would agree. Dylan says, love these bouncy cars. Well, I almost said GT Sport. That's PC2 physics. It's meant to be more of a simulation. Right, well, let's get the fastest beach party started for the Grand Prix of Long Beach for the second time. Oh, jeez. Alright, so that now everyone's got to remember their qualifying order. Dylan was asking if Daytona was nighttime race. Yeah, that was the nighttime race. Yeah, it was also the same story if you watch the Indianapolis 500. Like, there were times like the PC2 had the glitches again, and like we had to restart like 3 times because of it. It's mostly a PC2 problem, not really like the driver's problem. So, under the race director, everyone's got to remember their qualifying order, obviously, since the thing about this game is it doesn't really give you the you can't set set what the qualifying order was because they randomize it. No idea why. I mean, at least in F1 you can actually make a custom grid. This you can't, but it's whatever. So obviously everyone's getting their setups all ready to go. So obviously, like I said, the thing that these drivers are going to have to worry about is mostly tire temperature because of how tight the track is, and also like I said before about the street circuits, there's obviously not much overtaking opportunities. Most of the opportunities you can get for overtaking is probably like turns 5 and 6, and most likely also in the front straight. So everyone will park alongside, and we will get the order all set up. So yeah, Cone Dodger was your pole sitter. Warrior is second place, and then Snipper Pig was third. And someone, it's Trigger Happy, was not facing the right way. I don't know how he didn't do that. Anyways, here comes Daniel. He'll start fourth, and then Drive the Guard will start in fifth. And then I think it'll be Pecan that will be next to be starting off in 6th. And then next will be Intersport, then followed by Big Rig, and then Hefe, and then I believe will be Trigger Happy to round it off the 10-car grid. So there you go. And hopefully we won't have any more issues. And of course, this track is almost the same length as Monaco in a way. It's 1.9 miles. It's 11 corners with 4 to the left and 7 to the right, like I mentioned before. And you have a little bit of overtaking opportunities, just mostly in that area where the cars are right now, out of turn 4 or even out of turn 5. There's a lot of overtaking opportunities there as well. And also to see how the drivers will also adapt to the primary tires, as they will probably be the tire wear will be a key factor around Long Beach, as it is also the same way too in real life. expect maybe about a couple of pit stops, maybe 3 if we do stay green, unless we have some cautions coming through. But we will expect maybe, we'll see how turn 1 goes, as is one of the tightest corners on all of the track as well when you go to the iconic fountain. And here come the cars around for the final time. And it's time to go beach party racing here in Long Beach. Cone Dodger will lead the way. And the state native of Warrior is right next to him, and we are racing from Long Beach. And it's Warrior who's got a very good start off the launch, and he's got a very good start pulling away from XCS Cone Dodger. And already we got cars, it looks like gone 3 abreast into turn 1, but it looks like Cone Dodger has the inside line into turn 1, and he spins around as goes is Warrior, and Cone Dodger is up into first position. Daniel is in second, and we are slowing down because there is a caution because of Cone Dodger clipping Warrior out of turn 1. He had the inside line. I think what happened there was that Warrior might have got a little bit too eager there. He closed the door on him from the way it looked on my screen. So caution is out now already after the first corner. And not to mention also that Warrior's front wing is gone for good measure. So a bad start to the Long Beach native, as he's not the only one actually. Trigger Happy has lost a front wing, and so did Hefe. So they will have to go into the pits. So we have not even gone 1 corner, and we're already under yellow. Dylan's asking 1 pit race or 2 pit stop. It's gonna depend. I think if, like I said, if it was clear, green, it's probably gonna be like 2 or 3, maybe 3 stop. But that's not gonna be the case for this time, as we have already a caution. Oh dear. But Cone Dodger is in first, with Daniel moving up from 4th up to 2nd place, and then Snipper remains in 3rd. Pecan did move up a position as well. A lot of drivers moved up a position after the collision, and Intersport has gone into the pits, and so did Pecan. I don't see damage from them though, that's the thing. Oh, maybe they might have got suspension damage. I'm thinking that's what it is, when they were involved in the collision. Oh, Intersport just misses pit box completely. Yeah, he must have. Yeah, it looks like to me he did suffer some suspension damage, because there's no change in the tires or the fuel or gain in fuel. So, yeah, there you go. They're coming out now. So for the moment now, it is Cone Dodger up into first, with Daniel in second, Snipper in third, Try the Guard in fourth, and Big Rig, who started from near the bottom, is up into fifth now. Jeez. Yeah, bad start for pretty much the guys that are at the bottom at the moment. Ooh, that's extremely close there from Daniel. Almost rubbed the wall, outside wall there. Alright, so pretty much we're just going to wait till the queue comes up, and then hopefully then we won't have any more carnage, and we will go back under green once again. Yeah, but we've got 49 laps to do around this beautiful Long Beach circuit. There's also more cars to go into the pits now. Big Ray's gone to the pits, Snipper's gone to the pits, and Drive the Guard as well. But Cone Dodger and Daniel stay out. Now, what would their reasoning be? I'm guessing they're going to be changing tires, because I don't see damage on either one. So Pecan goes now ahead of the guys in the pits. Intersport as well, and so did Warrior. Huh, interesting. And Cohn and Daniel stayed out. I don't know what their reason would be for going into the pits, because I didn't see any damage from them. But maybe we'll find out once the race is over, or when I ask them. All right, so pretty much now we're just waiting on, it looks like Trigger Happy and Hefe to catch up to the queue, as they are on the other side of the track. And Hefe is also a lap down as well, so he'll have to start up as a lap down, so he has to wait another, so he has to get another caution in order to get back into the race. But as far as everyone else is on the lead lap. Looks like no one's going to be going green yet. Of course, the drivers in the party chat will also be given the cue to get back under green flag racing. As it looks like we are not going green just yet. I think we're going to be waiting one more lap until we can go under green. The thing I wish in this game too is that I wish they had like a safety car at least, or some kind of caution system, but it does not. That's probably one of the biggest flaws I would say in this game. And of course, PC3 being very smart by having absolutely no pit stops for the next game. So that'll be even more interesting. Of course, Codemasters absolutely ruined that. Alright, I think everyone's caught up, so I would say we're going to go into green once we get out of the hairpin. So the order is this now, is Cohen in first, Daniel in second, Drive the Guard in third, and now Snipper's down to fourth place, with Pecan in fifth, and then Intersport in sixth, Warrior down to seventh now, and then Big Red in eighth, and Trigger Happy in ninth, and then following that is Hefe, who's a lap down at the moment. Alright, we should begin at green now as they arrive towards the hairpin on turn 11. And we should get under green. I think it'll go into single file race. This time, not double file. And are we going green yet? We are going green now. So green flag, and Cone Dodger leads the way. Got almost a 3 wide between Daniel, it looks like Drive the Guard, and Snipper Pig into turn 1. This time it's much clearer. Oh no, it's not clean this time as Hefe went around. And he's got damage. Oh, is that going to bring out another caution? No, it looks like we're staying green. Yep, looks like we are staying green, so we are not going under another yellow flag condition. Cohen leads the way with nearly a second off of away actually from Daniel. All right, everyone's gone single file, just trying to be patient. Oh, we got carbon. Oh, we got some bodywork that's come off. It's Intersport. Intersport has lost his half of his front wing. How on earth did he do that? I couldn't see what happened, but anyways, under one green flag lap, Cone Dodger leads away by 1.8 seconds away from Daniel. So now, oh, Warrior, oh my goodness, Warrior has to go back to the pits again. He's also missing the front wing. And Big Rig as well. Hefe's gone, he's retired from the race. Oh dear, I wonder what happened between those three. but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. But, oh no, Daniel's gone off wide into turn 5 as he hits the tire barrier, and someone's gone around. I think that's Drive the Car that's gone around. Will that bring out a caution? I don't think so. Looks like we're staying green, I think, at the moment. So, already chaos and some disasters from a lot of the drivers so far. Not a start from Intersport, not a good start from Warrior, not a good start from Big Rig, and definitely not a good start now for Drive the Guard as they have fallen back. And Cone Dodger with a brilliant start so far, making no mistakes at all, leading the way by now 4.1 seconds out of the lap. Daniel, he hits the wall as he goes into the pits. And I think he's got a, did he have damage? I think he might have had damage or something. But now that allowed Silverpate to get into second place, so now the Verizon cars are 1 and 2. And coming out of the pits now is Big Rig ahead of Pecan, but he is a lap down. Or at least, oh, well, he almost did. But now Pecan up into third place. So we've got at least 5 cars on the lead lap at the moment. But I don't know exactly what happened between Intersport, Warrior, and Big Rig, because they apparently suffered some kind of a collision. And there's Warrior in the background. They're being a lap down, and now Cone is going to lap his teammate pretty soon as well of Intersport in the bright yellow Menard Chevrolet. But it didn't lead to any cautions either, so that's at least the bonus for at least Cone Dodger right now. He has filled that gap already, as he's now got lap traffic ahead of him as well as Daniel comes out of the pits. Cone gets ahead of him and Daniel yields out of the way. Into the iconic fountain we go. He's now right behind his teammate. Of course, Intersport wants to obey. He needs to obey the team order and at least let Cone Dodger by. As he is a lap down, and he does. So now Cone Dodger gets ahead of his teammate. And there is Pecan right there in the back. Or no, that's Daniel in the background. They're both of the same color. That's why I got a bit confused. But meanwhile, we've got Warrior trying to get by. Oh, we got damage again. Daniel's got more damage to his front wing. Oh, he's going to have to go back to the pits again. Oh, jeez. This race has gone to absolute disaster so far for at least 5 drivers at the moment, or 4 drivers I should say. Here comes the Long Beach native and Warrior right behind the bright yellow Menard Chevrolet into turn 1. And he's on the outside into turn 1, and he does hangs in the outside as he got the inside line into turn 2. Makes it around to the iconic fountain and is up into 6th place. And I think I don't know exactly who it was. Was it Daniel? I saw someone that said that DC'd. I couldn't tell. Warrior's starting to build that gap now a little bit between him and Intersport, but the gaps have already... This is something I was not expecting. The gaps have just absolutely spread out of everyone, and we're only 9 laps into the race. And Cone has got a healthy margin. I mean, the gap right now, 10.5 seconds, 11 seconds now. Oh, now 12 seconds. My gosh, and we're only 10 laps. I mean, I tell you though, Cone Dodger is definitely the guy to be when it comes to these circuits, at least from what I haven't seen at the moment. Yeah, everything's gone a lot quieter than I was expecting it to be, for sure. Let's see, the gap between Pecan and Snipper at the moment is at least 4 or 5 seconds. But Snipper is dropped. Looks like he dropped down a little bit though too on some corners. But right now it looks like Pecan and Snipper, some areas are like roughly the same pace. So it looks like he's got Intersport, his teammate, ahead of him as well. So obviously Intersport needs to at least have him get out of the way. I think there's Pecan right there in the background, as you can see. The gap is now 5 seconds between Pecan and Snipper Pig. So if the thing is, if we go into another caution, the person that would possibly be most likely be saved would be Trigger Happy, because right now he is the lead guy that is a lap down at the moment. Still way too far down on the pack. Trigger's lost his front wing. Oh! Onto the outside goes Warrior. He parks the car on the outside of the hairpin. He went a little too ambitious. Trigger Happy didn't give him any room, and that also allows Intersport to get by. And there is Snipper Pig right behind him as well. He was trying to go on the outside of the hairpin, and Warrior just went way too deep into the hairpin and just absolutely parked it. But they'll have to let Snipper by though, because those two are currently a lap down. And the more that Snipper's behind that lap traffic, the more he loses time to his teammate as well, Cone Dodger. But remember, Cone did not pit either. He did not pit along with Daniel in the first caution, but Snipper did. So this could maybe benefit Snipper in a way. And there you can see there's Pecan there. He's closed that gap more now because of Snipper being held up by lap traffic. Pecan's teammate Warrior just holding him up, and then you got Snipper's teammate Intersport kind of holding him up as well. Now that gap has definitely closed. So now three seconds now between him and Pecan. But Cone Dogger, he is absolutely gone at this point. 15 seconds. And that was the margin from last week's race when he won. At this rate, he could probably win by maybe even more than that. I think I'm gonna say this, but I feel like that Cone Dodger is the Lewis Hamilton of IndyCar in terms of not street circuits, but circuits in general. Because he just dominates so far. His pace is just unbelievably good. Pecan goes slightly twitchy there at the end of turn 8. So that might have cost him a little bit of time there, as he's lost nearly half a tenth there. Pretty much just everyone's just doing their own thing at the moment. Now Pecan's down by 4 seconds, so he might have done some kind of mistake. Oh, Intersport's gone. Whoa, what happened here? Intersport has lost his rear wing and his front. Oh, you got to be careful there driving the car. Oh, that was so close. That would have been a little bit of an unsafe re-entry. Intersport is missing his rear wing and his front wing. What exactly happened? Is there damage between? There's no damage between Warrior and Intersport, but how did he lose his rear wing is my question. He's also got suspension damage too, so yeah, that car is absolutely done right now at this point. he's going to need at least a prayer to get in. But meanwhile, Cone Dodger goes into the pits, and that allows now Snipper to lead the Grand Prix of Long Beach. And he'll probably lead by a good, healthy margin. He'll probably lead by at least 15 seconds. Of course, he'll have to pit very soon as well, as they probably will go for another pit stop within the next 10 or 15 laps. And that also allows Pecan to get ahead of him as well. So the gap now is 4.7 seconds. Now it goes to 5 seconds. Let's see, in the comments section, Spider says, poor Hefe, can't catch a break. Yeah, he has had some horrible luck so far, from what I've been seeing. And Alex, the banana cake pie emojis. If you ever like watch other league racing, he's New Zealand. He's from New Zealand, by the way. But I've raced with him in like one of the leagues in Australia, and like the banana cake pie thing, sort of like a little bit of a joke kind of thing, because there's someone that's nicknamed Banana Cake Pie. So that's a little bit of a side story there, just to give a little bit of a clarification there. But meanwhile, some of the gaps are pretty steady. Snipper's leading now by 4.7 seconds. So Daniel's gone back into the pits. He must have suffered some damage. Injured Sport's in the pits for a very long time. And obviously, if you did not see what happened, apparently he crashed into turn 1 and lost his front and rear wing somehow. But yeah, I have no clue how he lost his front and rear wing. I did not see any damage from other cars, so he probably did that on his own somehow. And also to mention too, but Pecan also has less fuel than Snipper does, as you can see. So Pecan will probably have to make an earlier pit stop than Snipper will for fuel, obviously, and also for a new set of tires on the primaries. Oh, Snipper there had a little bit of a moment there, close to that tire barrier from what it looked like on my screen. So we're at 6.5 seconds now. 18 laps have gone, and Snipper right now is your race leader. But also to give you a reminder, if you also follow along the F1 series right here on UDL, the F1 series will be back, and this time it will be back on F1 2020. And of course, we will be starting off in the streets of Melbourne, Australia at Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. I will be on the call for that as well, so be sure to tune in for that. Like I said, if you want other times, it will be 3:30 Pacific time and 6:30 Eastern. Oh, Colin's gone back to the pit. Oh, he's got damage. Oh dear, how did he get damage from his front wing? Did he clip the wall? He must have clipped the wall. Oh man, so that is gonna cost him big time. So that means he's gonna go a lap down as well. So that means we will have only 3 cars on the lead lap now. It's just Snipper, Pecan, and Drive the Guard. So the guy that was leading by a healthy margin for a while is going to be a lap down. And not to mention Cone Dodger was your pole sitter as well. So right now at the moment, it looks like to be mostly Snipper's race from the way it looks. And he's also got lap traffic to deal with as well. He's got Trigger Happy in front of him. As Trigger Happy does let him by, so does let him by. There you go. Easily done. But yeah, I can see that Snipper is starting to slightly pull away from Pecan from the way it looks. Because now the gap is nearly 7 seconds after he just came across the line. The gap was before when they were battling for first, after Cone made his first pit stop, was at least 4 seconds. So Pecan's lost about a couple of seconds from those times as well. Yeah, I'm surprised though that the damages that happened after the caution did not come out. Another caution didn't come out. That would have benefited a lot of the drivers that are currently like a lap down or even more than a lap down. Because now Snipper's got Big Rig ahead of him, and he's gonna have to let Snipper by. A little bit too far away to at least let him by. Oh, Pecan's gone to the pits now, so he's making his second pit stop. Oh, he's got damage too! Oh dear. As if it couldn't get any worse for a lot of the drivers. The only one that has not gotten too much of an incident is Snipper. Now this is something like not unusual, because Snipper does hardly gets into any incidents, as you have seen if you have seen the races in F1, and it's pretty much the same story. Oh, and Cone's got damage again. Oh, what is happening to these cars today? So that means we only have 2 cars on the lead lap. No, it's just Snipper and Drive the Guard. Trigger Happy's gone to the pits as well. Did he get any damage? Nah, probably not. I don't know. Wow. Yeah, I did not expect. This has been a very interesting Grand Prix. So we have 2 cars on the lead lap, and the rest of them are either lap down or more. The closest person that would be saved if we were to get into a caution is SSJZ Warrior, as he's right now in 3rd and is only a lap down. But a caution is something that would be a saving grace. And Big Rig he has no front wing at all, and has got front suspension damage. You would think that they would lose front wings if it was like at least contact, not at least with no separation colliding with the walls. I know this is a street circuit, but my goodness. My goodness, guys. I was not expecting that. I mean, of course, there are some tricky areas in the track. Like I said, turn 5, if you go wide, you can hit the tire barrier. Turn 7, you can hit the tire barrier there as well. It's almost like, you know, like in Singapore, like where it has some areas where the tire barriers or the walls stick out a little bit. That's kind of what this circuit reminds me of a little bit. It has like the width of Singapore, but the length of Monaco, if that makes any sense. It's short, but it's not very tight, but it is very technical. figure he's been in the pits for quite some time as well. That damage must have been very severe. Cone only just a few laps down at the moment. A couple laps down right now. I saw a comment pop up. I'm gonna read. Damage. Oh, it's tied. It just doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, I know it's tied, but like I'm saying, like it mostly has the width of like Singapore from the way it looks, but it has the length of like Monaco, in my opinion. Like Monaco would be a lot tighter than what you see right now. Oh, there's more damage. Ooh, is that Daniel? It is Daniel. He's lost his front and rear wing. How on earth are these drivers getting rear wing damage when there's no cars behind them? Is my question. So, well, who's behind him there? It looks like to be... Oh, that's Pecan. Oh, and he's hit the wall again. Jeez. As if it couldn't get any worse for a lot of the drivers. Wow. But also to give you a reminder as well for like the IndyCar series, I think we're going to be off for at least next week, but I think the next race will be the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit. That'll be for the next race, and then after that will be the Indy 250 3 weeks later. And of course, if you want to know, is the Indy 250 will be the same weekend as the Indianapolis 500. As you also know, the Indianapolis 500 did get postponed till this month because of COVID-19. No word if there'll be fans in attendance. I know there wasn't for like the Brickyard 400 that happened for NASCAR, and also the Indy Grand Prix that they had at the 4th of July weekend. And there goes Daniel coming out of his pit box, and he'll come back out onto the track. As we have 8 cars retired. Who retired? Oh, it was Daniel. So Daniel and Hefe are the only ones out right now. And we have 8 cars left. Okay, and there goes Snipper. He will go into the pits and get his next pit stop, and Drive the Guard stays out, and he will... Oh wait, never mind. He's a little further back. I thought that was him. It must have been Pecan. But, no, actually, Drive the Guard we'll see if he stays out or not. Nope, he does not. He goes into the pits. Alright, so Snipper looks like will retain his lead at the moment. But Warrior wants to might want to catch up quickly, though, if he wants to get back to being on the lead lap, as he's currently on the other side of where the pits are. He's like the closest one, at least, to get back out there to the lead lap. Looks like that might not happen, as Snipper is about to come out of the pit lane. So Warrior will have to remain a lap down. Trigger Happy lets him by. Okay, now Warrior is on the lead lap now. Okay. Oh, I didn't know he was. Oh, I didn't think he was. Oh, okay. Oh, so anyway, Warrior is only 8.8 seconds now from Snipper. And he's gone ahead to Drive the Guard. So Okay, so it's just... This is so confusing with the intervals. Okay, so it's 4 cars on the lead lap right now. Okay, so they did unlap themselves after Snipper did pit, but they will have to make another pit stop. Yeah, Conan's a lap down, I know that. And of course the rest of the field below them is like probably a little bit more than that. Peacock's got a lot of fuel, so he can at least go for a while. But from the way it looks like to be a commanding lead from Snipper Pig. The gap right now is 13.6 seconds away from Warrior. Of course, it's also one of the tracks I would love to go to in real life as well, the Long Beach circuit. I mean, I was planning on maybe going there this year as well, but we all know what happened. But I do like the surrounding of it. It's almost like to me, it's like a little mini Monaco in a way. It's not as like fancy as Monaco, obviously, but it's still a good track to be at. It's very fun, of course, to watch the racing there. And of course, it's nice to be near the beach as well. So it's got some good surrounding, of course, living off the coast. And a little fun fact too about Warrior is he's not only a Long Beach native, but he also is a student from Long Beach State as well. Of course, that's a school I plan on maybe going to sometime in the near future. Either that or Cal State Fullerton at the moment. But yeah, a little bit of a fun fact there for Warrior, in case you want to know a little bit more information. Alright, so we are at the lap 30 mark. Snipper has a very commanding lead of 11.9 seconds, 12.5 seconds. I forget the intervals are not always accurate. In some cases, they always like go all over the place when you're in certain parts of the track. The only drivers that have not really made a mistake so far is Snipper, as Big Rig lets Intersport by. And now he's going to have to also let Snipper by again as well. There you go. Lets him by. Now he's got to try to get by Intersport, who is also a couple of laps down. So I also presume that Warrior will have to make a pit stop right about this lap, I would assume. But yeah, pretty much if you want to know what was happening at the start of the race, we had a little bit of chaos that happened. Warrior got spun by Cone at turn 1 after it looked like, from what my camera view looked like he cut across from Cone. I think Cone was a little bit entitled to the turn 1 corner. And we were under caution for about 6 laps. Oh wow, there was a lot of front wing. Now, does someone have damage? I want to see that real quick. I think that was a piece of red. No, it doesn't look like anyone's got damage. Not Warrior especially. But yeah, basically it was turn 1 chaos. And then a lot of drivers that you see that are a lap down had damage from either hitting the wall. Oh my, that's Big Rig. He's missing his front wing again, and he's got suspension damage. I was also going to say is that a lot of the drivers somehow have been getting damage. With Sumo, of course, hitting the wall a lot, as of course it is one of the tightest street circuits in the IndyCar calendar as well. But that's why you see right now at least, well, currently about 4 cars that are going to be lapped down. 4 is going to be lapped down as soon as he goes into his pit stop. So Pecan will overtake him as well and go back up into 3rd. He does, gets out of Warrior there. Margin is very healthy though for Snipper as he's up by 25 seconds as Daniel is gone and retired. So we have now 8 cars left in this race. So, okay, Warrior is still in the lead lap, but he's also got Snipper closing in on him, so he'll have to let him by soon. Takes a little bit of a trip to the iconic fountain there, the Dolphin Fountain. Almost kind of reminds me of like a little bit of a replicated version of the Lowe's hairpin, but obviously not as tight as a Lowe's hairpin. And Drive the Guard is now missing a front wing. Oh, dearie me. So that means now Pecan's going to go up to 2nd place, and probably most likely that Snipper will overtake Drive the Guard in terms of like getting him a lap down. Oh, okay, that's where he made the mistake. He made the mistake at turn 10. You can see the front bits of the front wing. So there you go, and Snipper is now got Guard a lap down. So right now the reigning Indy 500 champion with a gap of 41.6 seconds ahead of Pecan. The one thing Pecan would have to hope for is Snipper to have a mistake, but that looks like is not going to be the case. Snipper has been absolutely consistent throughout this entire race. He has not made any mistakes. He has not hit the wall. Has not lost has not had any damage whatsoever. And just right along like if he's driving on the beach. So we've got now only 16 more laps to go until the race is over. And Snipper Pig with a very comfortable margin. What could change the game though if there is a caution, but that right now is not the case. As Big Rig is also DC'd, he's out. So now we're down to 7 cars. Maybe you guys can help me in the comment section if you're still watching. Tell me like how your day is or what y'all been doing or whatever, I guess. I know right now in Cali it's hot. It's like pretty much over like almost 95 degrees, maybe over 100 degrees. Actually, the temperature right now is currently 96 from where I live. But I guess since... Oh, okay, Big Rig's back. And Big Rig left the session. Yeah. Okay. I don't know exactly what was going on there. Anyways, so... I guess since everything's all quiet, why don't we talk a little bit about what's been going on in the real life F1? Talk about what's been going on. So, if you have been wondering about what's been going on, they're doing the British Grand Prix this weekend. The biggest story of the weekend was that Sergio Perez, the Mexican driver for Racing Point, got tested positive for COVID-19. So he is under 10 days of quarantine since that happened, and he will not be participating for this race and possibly even the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, which will also be held at Silverstone next weekend. But one of the other biggest stories is that Nico Hülkenberg, the driver that got replaced by Esteban Ocon at Renault, made his return this weekend in the Racing Point, or as he was also with a while back, which was called Force India. And of course, the qualifying happened early today too, and probably not the biggest surprise, but Mercedes lots of a 1-2. And of course, the guy that did it, got pole position, was the guy that has had the most consecutive pole positions, 7 pole positions, which was by Lewis Hamilton. And Valtteri Bottas got second, not surprisingly, but Max Verstappen got third for qualifying, and then Charles Leclerc, he got fourth, but the Ferraris are still, like, not looking great, as they are still 1 second off the pace from Mercedes. Lando Norris did have a pretty solid qualifying session. He'll be starting in 5th, and then Lance Stroll, who actually looked pretty solid throughout the weekend, will be starting at 6th. And then Carlos Sainz will start 7th, and then the Renaults of Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon will start 8th and 9th, but one of the biggest stories, obviously, right now is that Sebastian Vettel, who has been struggling pretty much since the start of the season, will be starting in 10th for Ferrari. But yeah, he has not been that good as of recently, ever since the news came out that he will not return to Ferrari, and not to mention the fact that Ferrari never gave him an extension as well. I don't know if that also plays into a little bit of effect as well. But also, another big news is that George Russell, who was initially going to start in 5th, got a 5-place grid penalty for ignoring yellow flags after Nicholas Latifi spun off at, I believe it was at Stowe, and he ignored the yellow flag, so he will have to start from the back of the grid. I think also Hülkenberg, if I'm correct, is starting 14th as well. So his return to F1 will be seeing him start from 14th place. Of course, also, if Lewis Hamilton wins this weekend, this would be his 7th time also winning the British Grand Prix, as right now he has the most British Grand Prix victories in Formula 1 as of right now, too. We have about 10 more laps left. We're with a 45.8 second margin. Oh, no, 44.8. Got the margins go down when you're in the certain parts of the track, like corners and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the news to the Formula One, of course. I guess I could talk a little bit about the UDL as well for F1 series. Some big story. Some of the storylines I would say coming into the season will be that Korab, who is supposed to be racing IndyCar, is not racing obviously, will be doing his full-time season this year. And then of course you got the return of Hefty Bag, or as he's also named right now, Publix. And of course, not to mention, he is also the teammate of the guy that's in first right now, of Snipperpig, and they are both driving in the Alpha Tauris. Of course, Alpha Tauri was the team that was Toro Rosso at the time. But also, Dreamsy will also be making his full-time season debut, as well as he will be racing the Alfa Romeo, along with Easy Hurricane, who did come in late in the season, will be racing in the Alfa Romeo along with him. And of course also Speed King is also racing in the Red Bull with Kill the Birdman. But Korab will be making his full-time seat debut with Honos in the McLaren. So Honos also stays with the McLarens, but he also had the most wins out of everyone in the UDL by winning 4 race wins last season. And of course, the last victory he had was the U.S. Grand Prix. Snipper gets by Trigger Happy. Bye. Okay, Broderick. Oh, this is Big Rig. Okay, so he said here I was having really bad connection issues. That's why I died like 5 times. My control DC 3 times. Ah, okay. Yeah, I figured that. I kind of figured a little bit of what that was a reason for it. Can I also mention too that Warrior is starting to close a little bit on Pecan, the way it looks. The thing is also Pecan has way less fuel than Warrior. He might have to make another pit stop, possibly, or he's just it's gonna be close. I know Warrior can stretch it to the very end, but yeah, Pecan is probably running on, like turned down the engine mode or something, because he is really falling off the pace a little bit. The gap kind of closed down a little bit there too with Snipper, as it's now 38 seconds. But Warrior is starting to close in on Pecan, because Pecan knows he's on fumes right now. If he's on 8 laps of fuel, so this would be a big stretch. As there you can see Warrior there in the background. This is going to be a big stretch for Pecan. 5 seconds is the gap. Now it's 4 seconds. Oh, now it's 5 again. Yeah, this is going to be very close between second place. First is definitely out of the running for sure, as that gap is very, very big. But yeah, look at the field though for a minute. Pecan's at 5.6 laps, and Warrior is at 13.7. I honestly don't think Pecan can make it. from the way it looks. He probably will have to go in for a splash and dash. And possibly have to get third, so that is also why also you can see that he's lost a lot of pace. I'm assuming it's because he's turned down the engine mode. He's trying to conserve as much fuel as he can, but even if he can, it's not possible. He's got 6 laps to do it, and he's like not even close to even going to the very end. Warrior is the only one that can go to the end on fuel. And we got 5 more laps left of the race. Yeah, there is Warrior there in the background. You can see that, yep, that blue Gallagher Chevrolet there, a Pecan. Closing in on him on his sights. Just pretty much stalking him like if he's prey. So I would think also at this rate, I probably think that Snipper would be, let's see. Actually, I think Warrior would be in the points lead if the results were to... Actually, no, it could be Pecan, I think, in the points lead. I would... Let me look at the standings. Yeah, I think it would be Pecan in the lead at the moment. Even though Snipper would get the win, I don't think he would have enough to at least get the points lead. But they will bump down Cone Dodger as Cone Dodger is way further down as he's back in the pits again. What for this time? Oh, he's okay. He was running low on fuel, and yep, there you go. Pecan's in the pits now. So yeah, he could not make it to the end of fuel. So it looks like he'll have to settle for third, and hopefully to get ahead of Drive the Guard, which is very possible. So that puts now that puts now Warrior in second place. So yeah, at this race, Warrior would now be your points leader. And then I think Snipper would be, I think he would be somewhere in second or third, if my math was correct, for the standings. Yeah, pretty much Snipper doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to make sure he just takes the car home. Who has the fastest lap currently right now? It looks like it is Cone Dodger. So currently Cone has the fastest lap of the race. So there will be a couple laps left until we end the race here at Long Beach. It's been a very, how do you say, very quiet Long Beach race, despite the chaos that happened in the first couple of laps. As there has not been many close battles, except for mostly the bottom. So 2 more laps left. Snipper is starting the second to last lap. And there you can see Pecan right there in the background. Right behind Snipper. Oh, jeez! What has happened? Sorry, I was itching my nose, but Pecan just clipped Snipper. Oh, geez. Pecan's now has no front wing, but what about Snipper? Does he have damage? Oh, dear. Doesn't look like he's got damage, Snipper. Pecan does not have a front wing, though. I think from the way it looked, did Snipper close the door on Pecan? After he... Or was it just Pecan being too aggressive? they collided after the fountain. Okay, well, the final lap's about to start, and there goes Pecan back into the pits. That was very interesting. Yeah, Snipper didn't get the worst of it, so he does not have any damage. Or at least I don't think, unless he suffered some kind of suspension damage. Oh, Warrior's back in the... What? Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Why is Warrior back in the pits? Oh my gosh, sorry. I keep messing up there. Oh, Warrior's back in the pits, so I'm guessing this means that this could be... Maybe Drive the Guard gets back in the lead? Or is he going to try to go for the fastest lap? Okay, well, this is an interesting couple of laps. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened between Pecan and Snipper in terms of, like, that little collision. But 49 laps out of 49 laps. Snipper has had a good, consistent drive all race long. Comes around the final corner now and sees the checkered flag. And the Grand Prix of Long Beach belongs to Snipper Pig. He is your winner and the third different race winner so far in the UDL IndyCar Series. Oh, and Warrior and Drive the Guard a little bit of a tangle. Oh, this is the battle for second. All right. So we got ourselves a little bit of a battle now. Warrior's trying to break away from Drive the Guard. Drive the Guard right behind him, only about 1 second separate between him and Warrior. There's Pecan there, as he's going to have to finish a lap down. So, oh, a little bit of a wide turn there from Warrior. This is the final lap for them as well. Coming towards the final few corners now. Into turn 9, now into turn 10. So far, easy peasy at the moment for both Warrior and Drive the Guard. And Warrior will come home in his home race in second place. And Drive the Guard finishes in third. And Cone finishes in fourth. And there is your order. Snipper Pig with a very healthy race win of a big-time fashion over Warrior, wins the race. Drive the Guard finishes in third, excuse me. Cohen in fourth, Pecan in fifth, Intersport in sixth, and Trigger Happy in seventh. And then Big Rig, Daniel, Hefe, and are the other drivers that did not finish the race. And that also concludes the Grand Prix of Long Beach. And be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Pacific or 6:30 Eastern Time, as we will have the F1 Series back up and running again. And, of course, we will be racing at Melbourne, Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. I will be on the call for the race. My name is Katie1997. Thank you very, very, very much for excuse me. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch up with you guys tomorrow for Australia for F1. Take care, and also remember, no IndyCar this next week. It'll be in 2 weeks for the Indy GP. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.